Connie with the Kinsman Free Public Library, and today I thought I would show you a resource I used a whole lot when I was in college to help me do my citations and footnotes and works cited pages, and that is the Purdue Online Writing Lab. Purdue University put this really helpful, handy guide together that shows you how to do citations for Chicago, APA, MLA, and I believe a couple others. If I scroll down, we will see. Yeah, IEE, AMA, SAA. So there are a ton of different citations that Purdue OWL shows you how to use. On the main page of their website, they have resources on how to research, how to use your research. So that can be a great way to get a jump start too if you've never done like a full-scale academic research like you do in college. Or maybe you're in high school and you're like, I have to do this huge research project. Where do I even begin? Purdue OWL can be a great way to help you find that starting point. They also tend to try really hard to keep their citation styles up to date. So they will try to use the most current style guides that they have access to. So the most common are going to be APA, MLA, and Chicago. Now, MLA is what you probably have already used 12 times if you're in high school and middle school. This tends to be the go-to one. Chicago, you might not see until you're in college, or if you are in college, you might not use this until you're in like a history class or like philosophy or something like a social science class, but not like psychology or anything, because that's where APA would come in hand. So if you're a library science major, if you're a psych major, sociology major, communications major, maybe even education, you're probably using APA. So we're going to go through and I will just click on APA. That is the most recent one I used, and take a look at what they offer on the inside. Okay, so as it said, like I said, they try to keep it update. So they do have that they just updated to APA 7 in October of 2019. This is the newest, most current version. They have workshops so you can practice. They also have the style guide. And the style guide is what you will go to if you just need to look up, how do I cite a YouTube video for my paper? The style guide is what will tell you how to cite a YouTube video. And so they're going to give you the general outlines and how to pick your font and your size and put your headers and your footers and all that good stuff. While on the left side, it's going to break it down a little bit more. So just the very basic of the citations, how to do for in-text, how to do a basic reference list. And then it's going to break it down a little bit more into books, other print sources, electronic sources, audio, visual, and other non-print sources. So think like music and social media. So like a tweet you might want to use can also be adequately cited in this page. So we're going to just click on the in-text citation basics. And as you scroll through, it'll give you it'll explain what you're doing and how you do it, and some of the rules. And it'll show you the actual style. So for a short quotation, it is showing you that you want to cite the date by the person's name. And then at the end of the quote, you're going to cite the page number you found it on. Or if you break your thought up, you will, for example, you started with the author's name, you put the date, you're going to write your quote, and then the page, and then finish your sentence after your quote. So it's going to show you a bunch of different ways that you would do your citations. And then we will take a quick look at what the reference section would look like. So we're going to do reference list and other non-print sources. So it's going to show you how to cite an interview, a presentation at a conference, a presentation without an online source or with an online source. So example, the YouTube video. As well as unpublished works, because you do have to cite those as well. Personal communications, so an email or a text. So there are a bunch of different things that you could cite. And it's going to show you to do your appendices and all of that good stuff. Now, obviously, this is going to look quite different from MLA, but the setup for the guides will be the exact same, whether it's Chicago, APA, ASA, I believe there's an engineering one that we saw. So there are quite a lot of different things. So the writing lab is where we were. If we go and explore this, now it's going to be set up mostly for our students. So some things are going to be a little weird. So the writing lab is where you would go if you needed to actually have physical help. All universities have these kind of sections. But their writing resources is what we want. So this is where we are at. As you can see, MLA also has an update. It's going to have tips on avoiding plagiarism, how to do graduate writing or job search writing. So there's quite a lot of resources on Purdue OWL. Purdue OWL helped me so much writing papers because sometimes you just don't remember how to do a citation, or you've never done a footnote and your teacher or your professor might have explained the footnotes, but at the time they were explaining it, it kind of sounded like Charlie Brown where you just hit a whoomp, a whoomp, whoomp, whoomp instead of actual words because it was a lot of information getting thrown at you. Purdue OWL can be a really, really great way to break it down and kind of go through it step by step by step, or to even just be like, I think I have this down, but I'm going to double check. And you don't want to pull up a style guide because then you have to go through all the pages, or you don't want to check out a style guide because they are not tiny books. These books, they're quite heavy and quite large, depending on your style, on the citation style. So you're not going to want to carry one of those around. They're not cheap to buy, and they're constantly being updated and changed, so you would have to constantly update and buy a new one. So Purdue OWL is a great way to just go right to what you need, check your citation, learn how to do the citation without having to buy an actual style guide or find one online and page through until you find the exact spot that you need. All right, I hope this was helpful to anyone still in school and writing papers. If you would like a more in-depth video on how to do citations, let us know and we'll see what we can do. Thanks for watching. Bye!